All right, today we're gonna make something that you should all have in your freezer on hand, ready to go for when you make your gravies or make your soups at home. That is the most important ingredient to both of those, and that is chicken stock. Homemade chicken stock really packs a punch of flavor in those ingredients. The ones you buy in the store, they're kind of watery, they're very light in color, and when you make this is gonna give you that dark, rich chicken stock that everyone should have. And it's really simple to do. You only need one stock pot, a few ingredients, and if you're sitting at home doing nothing all day and you want to kick up and put your feet up and watch a few shows to catch up on your favorite series, this just cooks for 4 hours, and when it's done, it's done. You put it in the freezer and you have it all winter, all summer, all year round. So let's get to work and take a look at what you need. Okay, so we need chicken first, chicken thighs, chicken drumsticks, anything that has some fat on it and bone. I also, in the freezer, will keep any sort of whole rotisserie chicken that I buy, any of the scraps, put them in a bag, freeze them, because you can use them to make stock. Then we need 3 yellow onions, either 2 large or 3 small to medium size, 1 large garlic or 2 small, 4 sticks of celery with the leaves on them. You get a couple of leeks, and then we need the herbs, which is the thyme, we've got dill, we've got parsley, we've got kosher salt and black peppercorn. So let's get to work. All right, so I already put in my scraps from all of the rotisserie chickens that I eat throughout the year and I keep in the freezer. And you're gonna put them in at least a 20-quart stock pot or anything larger than that. And this is so economical because you're not wasting all of this. You're actually reusing it to make homemade chicken stock, and most of us will throw away the scraps. I don't. Then we're gonna take those chicken thighs, and I'm gonna place them in here also. You want on an order of around 5 to 6 pounds of chicken meat and chicken bone in here. Let's just dump it in, right? Okay, let's not be shy. Dump that in there. So there you go, we get all the chicken down at the base of the pot. I'm gonna wash my hands really quick, and then we'll put the rest of the ingredients in. All right, so this is what you do. This is so simple because you don't have to be a chef to know really what's going on here. So I take the yellow onions, skin and all, because the skin is what's gonna give it that golden flavor, and just dump everything in here. I just do these in quarters. Then we'll take the garlic, and you're just gonna slice it down the middle with a nice sharp knife, so you kind of have that middle part of it open. Skin and all, also 2 of those, or if you have 1 very large garlic bulb, put all that right on in. Celery, you're just going to do in thirds. You want also the leaves on the celery. We're not wasting any part of any of these ingredients. Dump that in. The leeks, the same thing. I'm not gonna put the roots in there, but just put this into thirds, 2 of those, right on in. And make sure that when you put the leeks in that you wash them first, because they have a lot of dirt in them and you don't wanna have a grimy dirt kind of floating in your chicken stock. Leeks are in. Then you're gonna take 12 sprigs of thyme. Thyme, one of my favorite herbs. Same thing with dill. Then you're gonna do about 15 sprigs of dill and 20 sprigs of parsley, and throw all those in. Then you're gonna take around 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. Put that in. I usually eyeball it. I know about what 2 tablespoons look like. And then a tablespoon of whole black peppercorn you want in there. You don't have to grind it up, but about a tablespoon of the whole black peppercorn. That will help flavor it also. And then 1 bay leaf. That's one thing I forgot on the ingredient list, but 1 bay leaf. So that's it. All the ingredients are in. It's as simple as that. And now we're just gonna fill this with water. All right, so the burner is on, and we're gonna let this simmer for 4 hours with the cover off. Every now and then we're gonna skim some fat off the top, but that's it. So let's find other things to do around here. Go out, play with the kids. All right, good job. I'm just pushing down a little bit so everything gets all flavored. Good job.
We're gonna put the onions down, right?
Yep.
Everything down.
4 hours is up, and what you're gonna do is take the original stock pot and drain it into a strainer over the sink, so you separate and discard everything that was in this hot tub, creating this beautiful stock. and then you're left with this. Now, while it was cooking, I did kind of skim the top of some of the fat that floats to kind of purify the chicken stock. And you can do it again at this process where you can kind of just take this off, and you don't want to take a lot of it, but just the very, very top into a cup, and then there you can see kind of the fat all in that cup. That you definitely do not want in your chicken stock because you want it as pure as it can be. Now it's time to ladle the chicken stock into containers that you're going to freeze and use at a later date. Now, another economical way of getting these containers is if you love Chinese food and you get takeout and they give you those quart-sized containers either with wonton soup or rice in them, clean them and keep them. Otherwise, you can buy these in the store and they are perfect to use. You're gonna take cheesecloth and put it over the top here and kind of hold it with one hand, and you're gonna strain it through the cheesecloth because that is going to capture the additional fat in there and any little particles that made it through the strainer. So you just take the ladle here and you're just going to go over the top of the cheesecloth and drain it through and fill it to the top. Each quart is 4 cups. You can use smaller, you can use larger, you can use a variety because depending on what you're making with your homemade chicken stock, whether it is soup or possibly gravy, it may ask for different quantities. But we're going to continue to do this, but as you can see, it's stopping little particles. I know it's kind of gross to see, but you can see it's stopping some of those particles from getting in there, and you're going to get very clear and beautiful homemade chicken stock. That is it. Our job is done here. We have fresh homemade chicken stock that has that beautiful, rich golden color that you're not going to find in the canned stores chicken stock, and that's due to some of the ingredients we would put in there, kind of like the exterior skin of that yellow onion, giving it that color. Smells amazing, and we've skimmed the fat off on a couple of steps here, but once these cool in the containers, it is going to solidify the fat. The fat will rise to the top. You can skim it one more time and then put your lids on and throw it in the freezer for up to 4 to 6 months. And this, I promise, is gonna elevate your soups and your gravies, and folks are gonna go, tell me your secret. This is it. Thanks for watching this video. If you wanna learn more or get some recipes, right below me, weatheringthekitchen.com. In addition, check out that video. You may learn something new. Also, hit the subscribe button. I'll push content out every Saturday morning, whether it's in the kitchen, in the garden, or home decor. Don't miss out.